Okay.
Ooh, it sure is cold today. I wonder how much heavier the snow's gonna get. Here to see Odette? I just need to see your tickets for the... Perfect. Thank you. I'll hold on to your ticket.
I think I'll leave the Lelic question until after the show's over. Child said he was originally going to come with Tonya. Is there anyone here who looks like a Tonya? Mr. Chuganov's back again by the look... Oh no. It looks like the show's starting and
Members of the audience, I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us. As if to commemorate this occasion, we would love to take a group photo of...
All right, everyone, huddle in a little more. Now...
Are you quite satisfied, Mr. Energy Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to...
What are you talking about, Sarge? This was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Odette's new show. And wasn't the performance spectacular?
It was indeed a fine performance, but I must correct you on one point. This is not time outside of work. These are working hours.
Working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Human technology can never advance if we're too rigid in our thinking, Sarge. Already? I mean, I was kinda hoping to soak up the atmosphere for a little longer, but... No? Okay, guess I'm pushing my luck. Off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land of working hours.
That has to be her. Excuse me. Huh? Your brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry about him, he's fine.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong? Are you... Maybe she caught a cold on the way here
I haven't seen snow like this in a long...
I know. It's completely white out there. You can barely see a thing.
Let's wait it out for now. You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in this weather.
Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to...
Let's wait and see.
Why do you need to take it so seriously?
Come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of extra I know the route well. Shall I head over and...
Sir, there's really no need to go to all that.
Hey, it's no trouble at all.
What a kind gentleman. Very good.
So... Are you expecting us to go?
Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. Should I not return to the Armory Palace within 3.5 hours after Operation Showtime begins, an armed squad will be sent to collect us. They will escort us back. You are one of our key military personnel, so any weather-related risks must be eliminated.
Operation Showtime? So, wait. Every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out, it's a whole official operation? I gotta say, you've really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me.
It's snowing pretty hard out there. I think you should stay here for now. You seem a little under the weather.
Sure. My brother might come pick me up in a bit anyway.
Time to get to work. I should head backstage and find Odette. I need to look her in the eye and ask her about Lelik.
Excuse me, are you looking for someone? Ah, a fan, I'm guessing? Sorry, but that area is currently...
Bad timing, I get.
What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets?
I was thinking the same thing. It's still snowing very hard. Do you think something might have happened to him?
Whatever the reason for his delay, I must say I hate nothing more than people who make empty well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but that...
You seem anxious, Mr.
It's been nearly 4 hours since I left the armory. They know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans.
Surely a snowstorm like this one counts.
Few things in this world can stop the Snezhnayan army, Mr. Mitya. And
Why don't you go out and take a look? They might be right outside.
An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment, and...
This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to me. That guy who left earlier. It looked like he just vanished into thin air. Either that, or my eyes were playing tricks.
A man-eating snowstorm? Come on.
Traveler, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say any? Oh, right. I assumed you were looking for me and Vodenitsa. Odette's still backstage. Whoa, that's quite a snowstorm out there. I've been working backstage this whole time, so I didn't even notice. No wonder the audience hasn't left yet.
Is weather like this rare, even in Snezhnaya?
Yeah, snow like this. I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild before, but never in the city. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I've seen snow this bad even in the wild. This is something else. It's not normal.
If even Alosha thinks snow like this isn't normal, could it have anything to do with that monster people have been talking about?
We can't stay cooped up here forever. Someone needs to go out. No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorm. Everyone by the door. Careful not to let the snow soak into your shoes. In a snowstorm, you gotta look after your toes above all else.
Heading out, my man? Be careful. I've been told the snowstorm eats people alive.
Thanks for the advice. I am planning to be careful.
was it?
Did you see any soldiers patrolling?
Something about this storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul. And something... This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation. I strongly advise everyone to stay here until the snow dies down.
Are you serious? So all of us are trapped here now?
You want to go outside and see? I, for one, am not risking my neck.
This just turned from a minor delay into a major
We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets just...
Is it really that bad? But my daughter, I won't be able...
Huh? What are you all still... Whoa! It's snowing hard! So now we're stuck here? Oh, this is terrible! On the bright side, the theater's always well stocked with supplies. If this... At least, I assume that... Fine by me.
This seems like a sensible backup plan under the circumstances.
What are you staring outside and praying for, my man? You anxious to get home too?
Oh, your majesty the Tsaritsa, I beg you, please do not let tonight's snowstorm stop. This is a golden opportunity to spend the night.
I think I've changed my mind. Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way. Behave yourself, or you...
It's getting colder. We need to keep the indoor temperature up. Close the door and lock it tight. Let's head somewhere warmer.
And then there's the aristocrats. Easiest of all to deal with. You don't need to use any force whatsoever.
I don't...
Because nothing horrifies them more than the thought of a cheap, coarse rope leaving creases on their precious million Mora coat. They'll do...
Unexpected, but funny nonetheless.
Well, look at that. I got myself a new listener. Hey there. Let me introduce myself. The name's Shram, and I'm a mercenary.
And I am Chuganov, an entrepreneur.
Are you really that famous, Mr. Chuganov?
Excuse me?
Oh, I'll have to ask my rope later. It's probably...
How are you feeling?
I'm fine. Sorry to...
Child must take great care of his
You know, I am stuck in a strange place thanks to a snowstorm. having to spend the night with a bunch. Exactly. It's like one of those stories where an ordinary school trip turns into a magical adventure. I've always wanted something like that to happen in real life. I'm fine, really. Just got a little overexcited.
Look after yourself. Otherwise, your brother will come after me.
My husband has major trust issues. To him,
That's the price of marrying into wealth. Hello? Can I help you?
I don't think it's ever been this lively back. Hey, have you seen Chuganov?
I'm with you. This could be.
Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to coax some more intel out of him. I wanna know why he suddenly changed his stance on Project Stooge.
For the Rokad, or just out of personal.
Shh! There are other people around.
This is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour during an operation like this theoretically warrants a Harbinger-level response. I wonder what the issue is. The storm?
Sarge, the day you learn to let go and just enjoy moments like this. Why, hello, sir. Any friend of the theater star performer?
Greetings. Major Valeri, head of the Special Assignments, but I am here to ensure Mr. Mitia's
Mr. Traveler, I've racked my brains, but I can't think of anything I might have done to offend her. Perhaps she noticed me. What? You mean I really did do something to upset?
So, Mr. Mitia, is your work related to
Yes, that's right. The higher-ups in the Fatui transferred me from the Energy Commission to the Armory Palace. Really? I can't even talk about that? Pretty sure it counts as part of my private life. All right, I won't say anything. Sorry, Traveler. As you can see...
I have to say, even though today was...
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Do you think we were coming on too strong?
What about you? What did you think of today's performance? Oh my, I'll make sure to save a ticket for you and...
This doesn't seem like the time or place to bring up the subject of Lelik.
So unfair.
And now it looks like I've been spotted. You know Mitia too?
No, I don't. I just have a feeling that he might be dangerous. How's it looking?
No change from this afternoon. Heavy snow with no.
May I have your attention, please? The storm is unlike we at the theater owe everyone here a duty of care. Therefore, in a few short moments, we'll give you a tour of the theater's various quarters. You can choose to sleep in the VIP room, the office, or backstage.
I'll pass on sleeping on the stage. What if the snow is stopped by tomorrow morning? The early birds in the audience might think we're part of some experimental new show.
A drama about sleeping? That could be fun. Maybe we could come up with a title for the production.
Not bad. Clear selling point, at least. Could be a big hit.
Anyone who doesn't wish to sleep on the stage, please follow me. I'll show you to the room.
I guess I'll call it a night. Though I feel like I won't sleep very well. I'm sure she'll be worried that I haven't made it back yet. I wonder if she's feeling any better yet.
Finally. Welcome back to the world of the living, lazy bone. Still waking up, huh? You know, the Black Mist. It's been chasing us from below ever since we were born. You're just dozy. There's no way you... Come on, let's keep heading up.
Here we go again.
What's going on? That black mist down there.
The Black Mist cultists believe that being swallowed by the Black Mist leads to everlasting peace. But if you ask me, they're just lying to themselves. We're the only heretics left. The only ones who refuse to give in. We have to keep going.
But how do you actually know that they're wrong?
Dangerous question there, Torgov. The moment your faith wavers, you start a chain reaction that ends in the collapse of your will. Put the question out of your mind. Stay strong and believe that the Black Mist means certain death.
Okay.
I can't do this anymore. I've had enough of being forever on the run.
All this will pass eventually, I promise.
You accuse the Black Mist cultists of being liars. But you're lying too. There is no end to this path.
The cult of the Black Mist has poisoned your mind, Sobolova. Are you thinking of giving up as well?
I am. I think I'll take my chances with the Black Mist. Over...
As much as I detest the Black Mist cultists, I'm just too...
Then I bid you both farewell. Let me put my personal opinions as fate always appears so impossibly complicated. Their fate was sealed from the instant they entertained doubt. From then on... Torgov and Sobolova are gone. I never thought the day would come when even they would be swallowed by the Black... Yes, it looks like it's satisfied. This happens from time to time. But it won't be long before the Black Mist starts Well, we should make the most of the precious moments of rest that those two... Huh? Are you really that sleepy, traveler?
What is it, Chuganov? What's wrong?
Is it morning already? Sounds like it's coming from next door.
Don't look, Miss Tonya.
What happened to them?
These two people have passed away. And the strange thing is that somehow, I knew this was going to happen. Have I seen this moment before?
Let me take a look. No vital signs in either of them. The cause of death, however, remains unclear. No wounds on the body.
But just last night, they were chatting and joking away.
Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions?
It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes. Nor does this appear to be a... Who was the first to discover the bodies?
It was me. But these deaths have nothing to do. Then I noticed that the door to this room was open, and it looked like there was a man and woman inside.
I can corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage. I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room beforehand.
The snowstorm was raging all night, and it's still going now.
You mean an intruder?
Everyone, split into pairs and search the theater.
Nothing on your end?
Backstage is clear. We checked the basement. Also clear.
Are we certain that the theater...
No, there's nothing like that. I also checked the windows. All of them...
It sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid leaving footprints.
This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays,
We can't quite jump to that conclusion.
Could he be right? It's hard to imagine something like that said in a theater during a snowstorm. A murder
Looking at who the killer targeted, and the clean entry and exit, it all adds up. I know it.
What is? What have you...
Both victims were wealthy, well-known local merchants. And such ruthless methods.
Lelik?
You mean Lelik is among us? And he's the killer?
Lelik. I know this code name. Member of the Rokot, anti-Project Stuja. Always works alone. Walk me through your reasoning, Mr. Chuganov.
What now, huh? What now, Lelik? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Stuja at the Snezhnograd Vecha. You snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep. Left a threatening letter. And I did all...
So he really was threatened by Lelik.
And now you're resorting to murder to threaten me. Show yourself! Which one of you is Lelik,
Was this really Lelik's doing? Would Odette really do something? If Odette really is Lelik, this seems out of character. But then again, how well do I really know her? I'm probably the only one here with a compelling theory about Lelik's true...
I don't think it's likely that Lelik killed anyone. At least from the stories I've heard, he's never killed anyone before. And his name has never come up in connection with any murder cases. Besides, even if Lelik did want to threaten you, why resort to such an extreme and roundabout method? It's not his style at all.
Vodyanitsa doesn't know that Lelik might be Odette, but her assessment is pretty much identical to mine.
Miss Vodyanitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need to speak in Lelik's defense?
Defense? Oh, no, it's just... I'm worried that we're jumping to conclusions here, so I wanted to share my point of view. Also, I don't think the Rokot is as bad as you're making it out to be.
Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your...
The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov.
Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat...
So there's still a good chance that Lelik... I can't do this anymore. I don't care...
Whoa, take a beat. And whoever this Lelik is,
as much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate. And because as things stand, every one of us is now a suspect. Unless anyone has further information to share.
You're right, that was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one Oh.
Since Vodyanitsa and I were on the same page...
Whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but it's Odette? Really? Odette?
Actually, it's exactly what you'd expect.
And now that what are we up to now? Odette's identities. It must be so exhausting. I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui, what?
Probably best if you ask her that in...
Well, since you waited until now, yeah. Lelik may not follow orders from the Rokot leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, she's never crossed the line. We need to confront her.
Do you think she'd really admit to be...
I don't know. We'll have to see how... Now's her chance. Hey, Odette. What is it you... Shh. Keep your voice. So, you're Lelik. Alright, fine. You don't have to say anything. None of us believes you'd kill innocent people. The Traveler was the first to figure out your identity. Still, it's clear we're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person. So, can you clue us in?
Alright. Yes, I'm Lelik. And no, I'm not the murderer. And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm...
Huh? You're gonna reveal that you're Lelik?
That's right. I'll admit I was surprised at first when Chuganov guessed that I was here. But after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands...
Are you sure you... What?!
So...
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot...
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity anytime I please. I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lelik. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer. Which means that someone... So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence now. Otherwise, I suggest that you bite your tongue. Because if you really believe I killed 2 people without making a sound or...
Is this really the truth, Miss Odette?
That's confident.
A real no-nonsense attitude.
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being Lelik. Aren't you going to...
I do have one question, Miss Odette. Why have you chosen this moment to come forward and reveal your identity?
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lelik. And that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display.
She thought so far ahead.
You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority. Nevertheless, the group still could...
I understand. You're welcome.
Mr. Chu...
For my wife and daughter's sake, I'll let you off the hook for now.
Good work, Lelik Guard Team.
Turns out Valeri knew about my
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me?
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our...
Don't worry, Tonya. Once the snow stops, But... You're gonna miss us, huh?
Really, Miss Vodyanitsa?
Aw, alright. Let's swear to it. I promise to give you...
Promise.
Don't indulge her, Tony.
You really do get carried away.
Hey!
Don't be nervous, Miss Wateramp. Everyone's here. There's nothing...
Excuse me? Do I look...
No.
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay.
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across that concept before. Do it.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing rather than facial expression. The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions. So
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned.
it's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by other water imps. It's not a simple case of a song sounding happy or sad, and yet, you're clearly human, Mr. Shram.
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a very close friend who's a water imp. A delightful lady. But keep that a secret. Anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand her expressions.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, the fact that you have a water imp friend is even more surprising. I'd better watch what I'm singing when I'm around you from now on.
Hey, what are you implying? You're not secretly insulting the audience in your songs, are you?
Heavens, why would I do a thing like that?
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for tonight. It's a
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight. It will be safer if we all stay together.
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelik, I'm quite sure we won't have any—
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on
Nonsense. Of course not.
Then I propose the following arrangement for tonight. The Traveler, Odette, and I will form the Night Watch. We'll sleep in shifts, but two of us must be awake at any given time.
An excellent idea. This allows us to handle the Night Watch while also keeping an eye on Lelik. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely that we can't necessarily trust the Traveler or Valeri either. I expect that plan took you quite some time to come up with, didn't it?
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. Although, that being said, I must clarify that I harbor no disrespect towards you personally, Miss Odette. In fact, Lelik's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples for military agents.
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight. I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest. Good.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. Oh, not going to argue.
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the Night Watch. I came here to get information from her in the first place.
How long are you gonna keep staring at me? Couldn't sleep. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation. I just had a simple question. Rosaline, in her final moments, did she have any last words or anything? I see. No, she was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person. Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms. Yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this sort of thing. Not that it's any huge secret to me that when I was a child, I had to join the Fatui for the sake of my mother and me. I trained under Rosaline. It was extremely grueling, and it didn't exactly come naturally to me. All I could do was try to ignore the bite. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was pressure to live up to her expectations, to be worthy of the fair lady's reputation. Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. And most nights, I struggled to fall asleep. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. I suppose that was the cost of survival. Surely, any child who had to experience that would grow to hate her lot in life, don't you think? So, I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. Because in my young mind, that was the only way to defy my fate. It was my way of telling her, the Fatui's demands and your expectations of me are not what I wish for. One day, I will leave. I think she probably blamed my poor performance in training on my passion for ballet. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I told her, "You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother." She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out first, before she had the chance. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. Instead, after that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night, of the look on her face. Sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. A symbol of her favor, yes. She knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis. It gave them a profound sense of relief, like they'd broken free from her shackles. But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth from this core Ignis, I still wonder, did she really come to stop me that night? I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we couldn't settle our She did. Are you sure she was talking about this event? Huh. No, she didn't. I didn't even find out that she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after she'd left. Wait, in that case... Okay,
There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to... Paimon's very important to me. So I have...
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the weapon's construction was completed in Nodcry. Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy. Yes, the weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester. And the lab is located deep within the... I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. The best way to get to the bottom of it would be to go there in person. Once we get out of here, I'll help you. And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as...
What's wrong?
You two seem to be hitting it off.
I thought you were sleeping.
Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environments.
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us.
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler, I'll take over for now. It's your turn.
Sure. This is our second night here. But at least I found... I hope she's been sleeping. Why do I feel like... Seriously? Is this payback for when I... Never mind.
Hey, what are you spacing out for?
How long have we been walking for?
Time's lost all meaning.
star key? Or key star?
Whatever it's called. Ever since we noticed it, we've been walking up but it seems like no matter how far...
Well, we've come this far. You never know.
Monsters! Watch out!
Not again! I've lost count of how many times we run into them. Be careful.
Hey, tough guy.
Cryostorm! Condense!
Now I'm back! Backup is here.
Shut up! Run faster.
Here they come again! Get ready!
Monsters ahead of us? The black mist behind us? It feels like there's no escape.
Shut up! Run faster.
Are you hurt, Coolish?
No. I'm fine.
I get you.
Yeah. The hope that otherwise, why would it always be out of reach?
We know you mean well.
Thank you, friend. You're going to continue, aren't you?
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
Congratulations. You're the... The black mist has stopped rising. This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get... Congratulations on reaching the star... Huh? What's wrong?
Is that...
Coolish, wake up! Please!
The situation is identical to that of...
At least there are some elements that we can rule out this time.
Rampana.
Weren't some of us keeping watch last night?
I'm as confused as you are.
Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss
To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I couldn't help but think I was the target. So I heard the Traveler and Lelek chatting, but otherwise...
Me too. I didn't want... Then, what could possibly be caused? I worked closely with Rampana and Coolish.
4 victims in just 2 days. I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible.
Still snowing?
Yes, I just checked. Still no sign of anyone outside either.
So we only have ourselves to...
If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they... Lelik must be an expert in poisoning.
Here we go.
Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Lelik's reason for revealing her identity the real story? She's been playing us for fools.
That's a hideous thought. One that only a hideous mind like yours could dream up.
How?
That's enough! Yesterday, you named Lelik, but today's victims were just ordinary people.
Who knows? Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore... Lelik is well known to be a ruthless operator.
Everything you've said so far is still just conjecture, which doesn't constitute a concrete lead. You need to back up your claims with some evidence.
How can you defend her, officer? Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. You military types are always colluding with criminals to target all so you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortune. Don't you dare!
Sir, but... You were the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their... 4 people have already died. Turning against one another is the last thing...
Little...
Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed-up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a clue what he's talking about, he's still one of the victims here, isn't he?
I had no intention of resorting to violence. But you're right, Miss Tonya. I ought not prevent him from speaking his mind. In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down.
I don't think there's any need for that.
Did you have an idea, Mitya?
I've been mulling something over. All the leads but then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves.
So what are you suggesting?
I think this could be a supernatural event. It isn't characteristic of human-on-human homicide at all.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you
I got into scientific research because of my insatiable curiosity.
Now that you mention it, I remember when I first came to the theater. Haunted?
Yeah, I think I heard this.
Well, this has taken an unexpected turn.
Why don't we take this opportunity to look...
Very well. Whether it's...
Valeri, come take a look at this.
some sort of notebook.
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. He mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a show. Yes, he'd always have this logbook with it.
This should confirm a lot of key details.
Yes, the number of people. I've checked and double-checked, but the numbers just don't match what's recorded in the logbook. Apparently, we have an extra person among us.
Are we certain that logbook is accurate?
Unlikely. Kulish took his duties very... Not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal.
We no longer have our...
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Still...
Did an extra person just materialize out of thin...
Tonya, did...
Not yet.
This looks like... some...
Well, it doesn't look scary. All right.
Huh. This has to be Vodyanitsa's writing.
Maybe it's a little rude for us. It sounds like she's...
Because her water imp parents belong to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snezhnaya.
We're sorry.
It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around and Alright, give me my notebook back.
Did an extra person just material?
Ah, Traveler. Since you're here.
Alosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective.
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old.
The theater manager must have hired an investigator.
Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was dangerous. Well, anyway, the bottom line is, the haunting is actually real after all.
Leyline problems are pretty unexceptional to me, but it's hard to imagine what connection it could have.
Some of the language that appears at the very end of the report caught my eye. Angel civilization? My area of research doesn't touch on any of that. Huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet. How unnerving. Death is near. Is that supposed to be what's going on? But if so, how did the author foresee?
Maybe things are more complicated than...
No, wait a second. If we take the report and the note at face, the report definitively concludes that the hauntings in the theater are... The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death? If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it? If anything...
Oh, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product...
Does it really sound that far-fetched?
Good. Okay, now that we finally have some meaningful leads, I think it's... So, that's about every... I'll share my theory first. If the killer had simply bought a ticket, it would have greatly increased the risk of their identity being... I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time, or found a way to slip past the ticket inspection. They then blended in with the group.
What about the note found in the investigation report?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of sick joke. I've seen my...
So, it has nothing to do with...
This theory makes sense to me.
Could it really be that simple?
So, in other words, all we have to do... Then let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that...
It's true. I hear you used every trick...
I most certainly did not...
Probably a stupid question, but I might as well ask. Did anyone here get in without having their ticket checked? Guess it was naive of me to...
Especially after the unprompted Lelik reveal.
We have to catch this... We have to catch this extra We have to catch this... Valeri came to the theater to catch Mitya. We have to catch this extra person. Tonya received her ticket the same... I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this. If no one can verify Shram... Mr. Schramm, did you really go through the ticket and...
Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend?
It's not that you stand out as suspicious, more that everyone else has been ruled out as trustworthy.
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now.
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. Although, actually, what was it you said last night? Last time I checked, there were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnaya, since most of the water imps left. Could you tell me a little bit more about you? And I suppose it's also kind of a way for everyone else to get...
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man.
Hey, revolting is a little strong. I was just the bodyguard hired by our family. But the stars must have aligned, because
We don't need details. Just get to the point.
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating...
Really? Wait.
Huh? Schramm.
Why is everyone looking at me like that?
Delicate times.
Yes?
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnaya history was over 400 years ago, when Her Majesty the Tsaritsa had just taken the throne and was consolidating her reign.
What do you mean, 400 years ago?
What's going on here? Is Schramm from the past?
All right, Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is, it appears that your theory may be...
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself, to be honest.
Is someone going to explain what's going on here?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you, Traveler?
That seems to be the case. Schramm's the extra person, but there's no way of learning his identity from this clue. Vodyanitsa's private letter touches upon the history of the Water Imp aristocracy's exile, but reveals nothing about Schramm's identity. No, the truth lies within the clues we've already discovered. The theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Some souls can even wander this place forever. Mr. Schramm's statement proves he is from hundreds of years, and according to the investigation report on the theater hauntings, Mr. Schramm is very likely a lost soul wandering the theater. I don't think... That's not it. For some unknown reason... Yeah, that must be the immediate... The contents of the investigation report have been verified. There are indeed ley line issues and wandering souls in the theater. Death likely symbolizes death is near. That must mean that there's a dead person in our midst.
Yeah, the logic is clear now. Mr. Schramm must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. So when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased. People who...
Someone who died...
In short, there's a dead person among us.
You mean I'm a ghost? No. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights.
Yeah, even if all that's true, the report also said that...
The ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls. Let's say that the ley lines are like a black hole.
Why does this analogy...
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal?
That could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death.
It does seem to explain a lot of the things...
Except there's no concrete evidence. Still, it seems like the best explanation we have.
All right, so how could Schramm not know that he's dead?
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being.
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually be right after all. I'm trying to remember and... Even though my head feels like it's going to explode, I think... I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death. So
Well, I'm sure those are painful memories.
My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. It wasn't really my thing, but I was just happy to be together. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out, performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time, the extremists were even coming after the water imps who had nothing to do with the war. I thought I could pull one over on them. So I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, but I was going to do whatever it took to buy her a chance to escape, no matter how many people stood in my way. I had to, both as their bodyguard and out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want. You don't need to dig all that up again.
It's just... Even now, I'm still struck. If I'd known I was a dead man walking.
But...
No. I refuse to be a burden. I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air.
Mr. Schramm, I'm sure we can figure out a different course of action.
My good sir, we both know I'm not supposed to be here. I should have accepted my death long ago. One way or another, this has to end. Unless you're saying this goes against another one of your military principles.
No, I'm speaking on a personal level this time.
Let it go, man. Oh, wait. One last thing. Miss Waterimp. My lover. Her name was Litia. Litia Ozarova.
Ozarova. Oh, Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all called her. I remember her as...
I'm so glad she survived. And she had lots of kids? As long as she went on to be happy. That's all that matters. Besides, I'm dead. My soul's been wandering around here for so long because I was worried about her. But there's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our time together over these past few days. Perhaps we'll meet again in the next life.
Take care, my man.
I knew Mr. Schramm was already dead, but...
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try to make sense of it.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? Even the historical records about that, all people know is that the Tsaritsa founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fae aristocracy without explanation, then used her terrifying power to suppress the humans.
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict. That's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between humans and Fae.
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city?
Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortals hate her or not.
All this time?
All right. If Mitia's theory is correct, then I think we can...
Ugh, if only this blasted storm wasn't...
Looks like now we can just rest. I still can't believe Schramm
Knock, knock.
Huh?
Knock, knock.
You know the door isn't closed, right?
Think of it as a signal then. When I'm entering someone else's Thanks.
So, Why did you come to find me?
Vodyanitsa said you knew about my secret identity, but when everyone was discussing who Lelik could be, you were worried that revealing what you knew would be unfair to me, so you kept it to yourself, right? Yes.
It's nothing. I mean, you didn't hold what happened.
Actually, there's something else as well. I found myself in a situation, so I thought I'd come and ask you for advice. It's about before all of this. The last time I saw him, he was dead. As I'm sure you know, my goal as Lelik was to stop Project Stuja. Well, when I found out the tech lead for the experiment behind Project Stuja was Mitya, I immediately started planning to track him down. I often saw him around the theater, so I decided to infiltrate the Armory Palace and go directly. Well, I suppose there was a bit of luck involved. But when I finally made it to his lab, Mitya seemed to be dead. I checked his breathing and his pulse. He had no I thought maybe another anti-Project Stuja activist had beaten me to it.
That's why you were so on guard around Mitya that first night here.
Yes. When I saw him sitting in the audience during the performance, I could barely contain the shock. To me, it was a miracle. Somehow, he'd come back from the dead. But then, the murders started happening, and that is, until Mitya himself said there must be a dead person among us.
And yet, you thought that bringing it up right away would single Mitya out. Just like—
Exactly. I thought there could be something. Besides, we soon figured out that
But now, it seems like there's another candidate. I understand why you kept it to yourself. There was so—
So, what do you think
Let me confirm one thing first.
Around a week ago. Sometime in—
A week ago? That's earlier than I thought. I saw him just a few days ago at a restaurant. That definitely would have been after you found him dead. He seemed completely normal to me. Chatting with Vodyanitsa.
So he was definitely alive on that day. Huh.
Here's a thought. The reason we even suspected a dead person could be among us, but Mitya's death happened inside the Armory Palace.
You're right. I guess he doesn't fit the—
I think the chances of it being him are very low.
Unless what?
Unless he really did come back from the dead.
You're right.
Huh, what's this? A private meet and greet? Where do I line up?
That's not what's going on here.
Well, I was just making the rounds. Thought I'd try to lighten the mood a bit. Vodyanitsa.
What is going on with this storm? Could it be connected to that monster that just—
I almost hope it is. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa left—
Do you think people still feel the cold after they die?
Death itself is cold, isn't it?
Well, I hope he has a safe journey. Thinking back on it, once we get out of here.
Are you okay?
Look who's Mr. Nice Guy all of a sudden. Is it because—
Yeah, without Tonya, who knows how badly he would have been hurt.
I told you already,
Bunch of rust. Little girl? I was rather—
no.
I've been, too embarrassed to— so kind to everyone. But especially when she was little. All right, easy now. Are you taking it?
Yeah. I'll be fine once.
I see.
We should probably discuss arrangements for tonight. However, out of an abundance of caution, I'll keep watch.
Shouldn't we take shifts?
No need. I managed to get a nap in earlier, so I have plenty of energy right now.
What a long day. This whole situation turned out to— But Valeri's right.
He's awake. He's awake!
If you must call me something, call me Mr. Door. The Black Mist is coming. You need to—
Are you all right? Can you walk? He just seemed to come out of nowhere. Not much of a talker, but... Curses! The Black Mist is catching up to us. We need to keep... Mr. Door, I don't believe I've ever seen you around here before. Why is that?
There's no need to try to get to know me.
Mr. Door! Looking for trouble! Get rid of them!
I can just push these ones off.
Well, anyway, we're lucky to have you here. Thanks for saving us earlier.
No need to thank me. This is where my duty lies.
Having second thought?
Who goes looking for trouble? Curse you! Incoming! Barely worth my time!
Get a load of this!
Incoming!
Encase!
Curse you!
Having second thought?
Curse you! Who goes looking for trouble? My fists! Barely worth my time!
Cryo Storm!
You! Curse you!
Encase!
You just wait.
What the? What the?
So we're doing this
Cryo
the
Storm! Fighting Frog!
Oh, remarkable work, Mr. Door. If I had your muscles, I'd do the same. Are none of these doors the one you're looking for?
No.
Could this be?
Cryo Storm!
My command. My command.
I'm so exhausted. Wait, look! There's more monsters down there. No, no! They're gaining on us! Quick! Mr. Door, what are you doing?
Found it. This is my door.
What?
I am a door. This is where my duty lies.
No! You saved us!
You must keep going. A door can only keep things out for so long.
But... Oh, you're right. The black mist isn't moving anymore. Look, I didn't just imagine all that. Surely I wasn't so... Oh, okay, good. Getting sleepy?
What time is it? I guess everyone's still asleep? These past 2 days have been Larry?
Wake up! Everyone needs...
Just like the last 2 nights. No clear... I've been a real thorn in your side, but for me, life will be all the duller for not...
How's Tonya?
I just checked on her, and it doesn't seem like it.
That means Valeri was the only one who died last night.
If Valeri was awake and keeping watch, it would have been impossible to kill him without waking everyone else up.
This is so frustrating.
Actually, one thing has changed. There's only one victim this time, not...
No similar case. But Mr. Schramm was already Can a death at night even be defended against? After the deceased Schramm left, there was one less victim last night. It's a reasonable conclusion. The number of people who die each night is equivalent to the number of dead among us. That's your theory, right?
Exactly. We identified Mr. Schramm, and by that logic, there must be one more dead person.
Another one?
Having an extra person was definitely a cause for alarm.
One more dead person among us. If Mitya's theory is right, then what Odette told me seems a lot more relevant. It's just, at the time... If only we...
I'm sorry. This is my fault.
I'm partly to blame as well. I was too...
What is this about? What have you two been getting?
Sounds like there's some big news you've been keeping from the... I'm the dead person? Wow, that's...
Odette and I talked about it yesterday, but we thought it just wasn't possible.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Let me just try and verify this. I just scoured my memories trying to think back to the afternoon Miss Odette, but I honestly have no recollection of dying. That's where I'm...
Having seen Mr. Mitya a few days ago myself, I also find it hard to believe he could...
Well, if it isn't Mitya, then...
If you don't mind me asking, Traveler, I believe you mentioned that you know Tonya's brother. Had you ever met her before?
No, never.
Now just 1 minute. I know where this is going. You're in the hot seat, and all of a sudden you want to divert our suspicion.
Trying to pick a fight, Mr. Chuganov? Whenever you open your mouth...
You little...
Did Mitya ask about Tonya because... I suppose I only identified her by age.
I'm just saying, you're going around casting suspicion. I can vouch for her if nothing else.
Oh, really? You're telling the truth?
Since being here, I don't think I ever mentioned she was Child's sister specifically.
If Chuganov can vouch for her, then Miss Odette, could you go over that afternoon with me one more time? When you found me dead?
No problem.
No matter how hard I try, I just can't remember anything about dying. But I do, Miss Vojanitsa. During our last meal together, I told you how some of the researchers were suffering from temporary memory loss.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And even though I don't remember dying that day, I'm pretty sure I experienced something like some of my memories from that afternoon.
Are you suggesting you're missing the memory of your...
Of course. How am I only just realizing this? Humans aren't necessarily aware of their own death.
You mean being silently assassinated or dying in your sleep?
The researcher's amnesia. Suddenly it all makes sense. I must thank you, Odette. I think your perspective just helped me reach a breakthrough. All right. It's decided then. I'll be the one.
Oh, leave! Hey.
Come on, kid. Aren't you gonna fight for your life?
I have other reasons beyond what's been discussed. In fact, I remember during Miss Odette's performance, while I was sitting in the audience stalls, a brilliant new idea for I can't remember it now at all, and I didn't take any notes. I guess that must be another instance of temporary
No. Hold on. I see where you're going with this. There's a glaringly obvious flaw in that idea, no—
I believe Miss Odette's account. During the period where my memory is blank, I must have been either dead or in a similar state. All it would take is for the same thing to happen in the theater, and I would—
But—
There's no evidence to suggest that anyone other than me is a candidate for the deceased. So allow me, as a scientist, to treat this— Please relax, everyone. I don't— If, on the other hand, I'm still alive right now, well, apparently you've all witnessed—
Mitya's right. This is the only thing we can try right now.
What is a scientist if not someone who gambles on experiment with this snowstorm, the ley line phenomenon, ghosts of the dead, and— But if I do get resurrected, you can be sure that I'll come back with the truth of all this.
Poor Mr. Mitya. Maybe it's a good thing that you weren't there to see it. I hate goodbyes. Maybe it's the realization that, at the end of life, everyone has to face it alone. Come to think of it, the main reason we're still alive right now is pure luck. You could take it a step further and say that the same is true outside, too. Who can ever be 100% sure when they drift off to sleep that they'll open their— If I make it out of here, I'm going to cherish every moment that—
Without regrets, I feel like a strange sense of anxiety has—
Are you okay? If something's bugging you, let's talk about it.
I have a travel companion named Paimon.
You're worried about her, aren't—
To be honest, I used to feel like—
Descender.
But with Paimon by my side, over time, I slowly felt she loves eating, sleeping, and over the last few days that we've been apart. But by the time I snap out of it, the conversation is already— I'm trying to overcome this sense of detachment.
I bet she misses you when you're— I don't know if this will make you feel any better, but back when the water imps left Snezhnograd in droves, I also felt like the whole world was suddenly empty. I could be surrounded by people, all smiling and having fun. And later on, I started to think, maybe accepting the fact that our loved ones won't always be with us. All we can do is cherish their So, once we get out of here—
Thank you. That's
But Vodyanitsa, if you hate goodbyes too, that's just the choice I made. I used to, like I said before, singing is a water imp's primary mode of expression. Our songs have echoed through this theater for hundreds of years. Each one— But does a story exist without some— So I made the choice to stay. Could you teach me how to understand your people's songs? A fan after my— Okay. I've never heard that one before. Color me impressed, Tonya. Most people can only tell if a song is happy or sad. I've actually never performed this song in the theater before, because it has more of a ceremonial purpose for our people. It's not meant for the stage. It means something like, may those we have lost watch over us, and follow this song back home in the— No wonder I could hear that sense of longing. Yes, it's getting late, Tonya, and you're not— Okay. Of course.
Once I get out of here, I definitely don't plan on ever coming back. But I guess that means I'll never get to hear Vodia Nit before I fall asleep. It's so dark in here. Huh? What was that noise?
Return, O spirits. Fulfill your oath of protection.
I'm all...
No time for questions. Quick, over here. Turn on the switch. We need... Alright, we're safe. Sort of. I know it's hard, but you can't let this place go dark, or she'll kill you again. Yep. Luckily, I was here to resurrect...
A bit more than a bummer, I'd say.
Sure I do. I specialize in soul...
Thanks.
Alright, there's no time to waste. The black mist is already catching up. We need to reach the next switch before the place gets too dark. If we bring the light back, Night Prayer won't be able to get to us. Sweet, sweet light! It's back! Shh! It's Night Prayer. We need to move quick, but don't let her notice you. Look out! The next switch is over there. Prayer is here too. This can't be the only path. Let's head up there and take a look. The switch is just up ahead. Hurry! It's too dark. We're not gonna make... Traveler! I won't let you die like...
Even though it's not permanent, dying is
Great.
Yeah.
Time for you to get out of here.
What about you?
I can't. I've already been used up. A guardian spirit's skills are finite. I can only resurrect someone so many times. I might not look any different. I can go no further. The black mist is where I belong.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because it wouldn't have changed anything.
But...
Go. Now, before it's too late.
Guess there's no need to inspect the body.
This wasn't supposed to happen. You lied to us, didn't you, Chuganov?
Take a long, hard look at yourself before you go around. I suspected you on day one, Lelik, and now look. And you, little hunter, ever so
Now you're just lashing out indiscriminately. That's either a sign of anxiety or a guilty Where was all this passion and bravado before? Decided to fight until the bitter end.
Is that a threat?
After all the trauma of the past few days, Valeria and Mitya aren't here anymore. But first, I need to think this through. I clearly remember Mr. Of those who remain, the only person we've never met before is people are easily missed, but Mr. Chuganov vouched for Tonya's Tonya, how's Tusser been? Your brother Ajax must have mentioned me in his letters home.
No. And my brother's name is Razik, not Ajax.
Chuganov, looks like it's your turn to do some explaining. Yesterday, you said you could vouch for Tonya.
I knew you were behind this, Chuganov. Everything about you is fake. That night, when I infiltrated your place as Lelik, I noticed you were home alone. But thinking back on it now, that doesn't seem very likely.
Even that was a lie?
Oh, curses! Oh, why is there no end to this blasted snowstorm?
I think I remember now. I know how I ended up here. The reason I'm always coughing is because I got sick with frostbite. The locals usually call it the snow cough. It's not a very common illness. It's partly genetic, and after a while, I felt myself growing weaker. So one day, I told my brother that he agreed. He snuck me out of the hospital. We got to the theater, bought tickets, and went inside. It was all so... When I woke up, I couldn't find my brother but there's no way he'd leave me behind. Tonya, it sounds like by then, you'd...
Yeah, I know. I understand. After all of that, it turns out I'm sorry, everyone.
Your name probably isn't even Tonya, is it?
Well, when I was little, my brother and I read a story when we escaped from the hospital. So when you first approached me and said my brother had sent you and called, I thought he must have chosen a fake name that only the two of us would know.
At least your memory of death isn't painful. Now it's your turn, Chuganov.
You're right. I was lying. I happen to know that the Harbinger child and his sister Tonya managed to get tickets, so... And yes, the truth of the matter is, I lost... My daughter's name was Iskra. And before you ask, yes, Iskra, as in, she also died from the snow cough. She was just 6 years old after Iskra passed. My wife couldn't bear to face those memories either. One day when I came home from work and saw the... I soon discovered that this was the only thing...
Nothing more than a pathetic means of escapism, I know. So explain your false testimony.
The night before last, when I was chatting with Tonya, she mentioned that her brother would brew medicine for her from frost. Combined with her various symptoms, I suddenly understood The snow cough used to be an incurable, but the year after my daughter passed away, the jester of the Fatui announced that a cure for frostblight, also known as the snow cough, finally... It turned out that all previous treatments were completely ineffective. That was the final straw for me. So, more than anyone, I know poor Miss Tonya, therefore, had to have been from an era when Snowcough was still...
So, you projected your daughter onto her? Even though you knew she was one of the dead?
That doesn't make any sense. You knew she was already dead. What did you hope to achieve by protecting her?
I just don't believe in your crackpot theories. Nor do I approve of your actions. How can you just declare a living person dead and throw them out into that snowstorm? Nitia's gone. My good buddy Shram's gone. And now it's Tonia's turn, isn't it? The others I can make my peace with, but little Miss Tonia, here she is, standing right in front of us, alive and breathing, and fighting her own battles. Yet you're quite happy to say she's dead? I just want her to live. Once this snowstorm is over, the very moment it stops, I'm going to march out that door and find someone who can fetch the very best medicine for her snow cough. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you cast her out into the snowstorm. Not again! Not this time!
Mr. Chuganov, stop.
Tonia.
By the sounds of it, you've known I was dead since the night before last, right? I really liked Mr. Valeri, Mr. Mitya, and Miss Vodyanitsa. And now they're all dead because of me. I'm not happy about that. The reality is, you've been trying to fight your own demons through me. But all you've really done is trap me inside your delusion along with you.
No! Listen to me. I want to save you.
Well, at this point, I'm quite sure that I'm dead. I don't need to be saved. Despite all the bad things that kept happening, I got to meet so many interesting people and spend so many days and nights by your side. Since the day I escaped that hospital until now, this has been an adventure I never even dared to dream of. I'm very fond of you all. If it were only possible, I'd trade my... And that's why I'm not fond of you at all, Mr. Chuganov. It's them that you owe an apology to, sir. Not me. Well then, I suppose this is it. It's time for my adventure to end. I've caused enough trouble.
You're leaving already? It's still early. Don't you want to stay a little longer?
No thank you. Oh, and by the way, my name is Patashka. It was nice meeting you all. Feels strange that we're only being properly introduced now that it's time to say goodbye.
Patashka.
What are you doing, Chuganov? Are you crazy?
Let me leave. I can't keep lying to myself anymore.
In your dreams. Don't think you're getting off that easy when you had a hand in the deaths of so many people. The Fatui have honed quite an array of enhanced interrogation techniques since they were founded. Once we're out of here, Lelik will personally give you a taste of every last one. I think we should leave. I doubt this snowstorm is ever going to stop. For all we know, this storm might have destroyed all of Snezhnaya by now. Maybe even the whole world.
Wait, we finally solved the mystery of the haunted theater today. Maybe let's at least try to enjoy tonight?
Fair enough. I don't particularly feel like dying in Chuganov's company anyway.
And yet you won't let me die first.
Hey, Chuganov, on a serious note, if we do make it out of here, you should close down that factory of yours. A lot of people are freezing thanks to you.
Is this really the time to be discussing my factory? All right, fine. I'll shut it down. doesn't matter to me anymore.
Am I hearing things? Or was that a knock at the door? There it is again. But I don't understand. The snowstorm hasn't stopped, has it?
Should we open the door?
Is this it? If the last few days are anything to go by, I probably shouldn't be getting my hopes up. Whatever lies beyond that door.
Hey everyone, I'm back.
How are you doing?
Much better, thanks. Whew, it is so good to have you guys here. I was a little worried that the theater would be empty by the time I got back. Let me see. Tonya and Vodyanitsa are missing, which Vodyanitsa died last night. And then you discovered that Tonya was the other dead person.
Not Tonya. Pitashka.
First, tell us how you made it back here. Given the conditions up.
You're right. The thing that got me back safely was a song. I heard someone singing. After walking into the snowstorm, my mind grew hazy. I don't know how long I walked through the storm before my mind completely slipped away. Then, suddenly, I heard the sound of singing. The voice instantly brought me back to my senses, and I regained consciousness. So I followed the voice, searching for the source of the singing. I searched and searched, until finally, just a few moments ago,
I've actually never performed this song in the theater. It means something like, "May those we have lost watch over us."
That must have been Vodyanitsa's Requiem.
That song is meant to guide the souls of the dead. Mitya.
Huh. No kidding. Seemed like when I first stepped out of the theater, I was still quite lucid. I remember the outside world being completely different than what I'd expected. I don't know how else to describe it, except to say that it just didn't seem like the real world. And as for the Requiem, if I was guided here by Vodyanitsa's song, it can only mean that I must already be dead. But I didn't experience a clear moment of death while—
You don't seem any different to me either. In fact, this is something I've been wondering about for a while now. Both Shram and Pitashka were clearly deceased, and yet their souls didn't look or feel like ghosts.
This raises a truly terrible thought. Is that really what Mitya's soul was summoned back by the Requiem, confirming that he is indeed already dead. Of course, if even the long-deceased like Mr. Shram can blend in with, then maybe we've all been dead from the very start.
Yes. I think that this is—
What did you say?
You heard me. We died in the theater. All of us did. But due to an obstruction in the theater's ley lines, our souls are— It's ironic, really. Do you remember that note, "Death is near"? Seems like we misunderstood what it meant. Death was nearer than we wanted to think all along.
So all our attempts to survive—
Hard to say. At the very least, we hope 2 lost souls find clarity and go— The presence of those 2 is probably—
If what you're saying is true, doesn't that make us the lost? Huh, no wonder. This afternoon, when I was moving Vodyanitsa's body, I noticed that the other bodies in the room hadn't decayed one bit after—
That's further proof that those aren't physical bodies at all.
Am I really dead? No, that's impossible.
I still find it hard to believe that all of us—
Not even knowing how he died is preposterous.
Exactly. It's hard to rest in peace when you don't even know how. I racked my brains trying to remember the cause of my death. Wait. Hold on. Right before I lost consciousness, I think I saw something. I can't remember.
Mitya, your hand. Is that...
Huh? You're right. There's blood on the fingertips of my right hand. Looks like it's already dried. When did that happen? What the? I guess this was what I saw. I must have... What's wrong?
It's Ronova, the ruler of death. Alosha, do you still remember that Snezhnayan folktale you told me about? It was about the Grim Reaper. When someone's about to die, he appears as an incarnation of someone familiar, and as soon as you recognize his face, your life is over.
I heard a similar tale when I was little.
That's right. In which case, death is near could also mean that the Grim Reaper is here disguised in a familiar form.
Death, the deceased. When I first saw this note, I thought it contradicted the
So the Grim Reaper deliberately misled us. Then, we started suspecting each other and...
By that logic, the one person most likely to be the Grim... Identifying the Grim Reaper. Identifying the Grim Reaper. Identifying the Grim Reaper. No doubt about it. Looking back at how everyone has acted over the past... Is it you, Alosha? You were the first to discover the investigation.
So? Surely you can't What if someone else found the investigation?
There's no denying it. The note could easily...
That's not all. I've also noticed that although on the surface, Valeri, Mitya, and sometimes I were the ones taking charge of the situation. Looking back now, even though you didn't say much, you were always subtly...
What do you mean?
You were the one who emphasized how dangerous it was outside and insisted we all stay here. And earlier today, you tried to convince Patashka to stay.
So, you didn't understand my intentions, and now you're assuming the...
He still won't admit it. Fine. Let's see how he responds to the most
The biggest question I have right now is, if the Grim Reaper is impersonating Alosha, then where's the real
That's right. This was right at the start. Before any victims had even emerged, Alosha was switched with the ruler of death while everyone's guard was still down. When all this began, right after the performance ended and the snow... It wasn't until we discovered the bodies, but it's clear now that the oddities actually started
Right. So Mr. Dimov was the first victim.
And if we pinpoint that moment as the beginning of this Alosha, you are the only person who walked into the snowstorm and came back without the help of Vodyanitsa.
More precisely, Alosha never came back at all. The one who came back was the Grim Reaper.
Not bad. Well, since you've backed me into a corner, I suppose there's no point in keeping...
Alosha?
You're the Grim Reaper?
I am no such tired cliché. Mortals should address me as the ruler of death. Before being wiped out for good, you identified the two deceased, and even sensed my presence. A commendable achievement.
I heard you can ferry souls. Those deaths each night. Were they...
Your initial conclusion was correct. Due to the existence of the two deceased, the ley lines yearned to reclaim. Every night they devoured an equal number of souls to fill the void. This required no intervention from me. Here, take a look.
What are you doing?
That takes care of today's. Don't get so worked up.
I know we're already dead. You murdered us,
Murdered? No. Murder is when mortals usurp my authority. Death is my jurisdiction. If I require someone to die, I need not resort to such labor. You simply met the criteria to trigger my curse of death.
I know about the curse of immortality. So you cursed us? When?
So often, humans pray to me, begging to know when their death will come and what form it will take. But few people ask why. If you must have an answer.
So you're not gonna tell us the truth?
Hold your tongue. By all rights, you shouldn't even be allowed to speak with me. Those angels from the past are to blame for the reckless renovation of the ley lines here. It's
Work? So
You clearly have a lot of questions. Fine. As a reward for your remarkable accomplishments, after the physical body dies, the soul must return to the ley lines for that person's death to be considered complete. My work encompasses the entire process of death, including, naturally. You must also be rather familiar with Natlan's Night Kingdom, I presume? It was I who supported. Here, too, the ley lines connected to the theater underwent some modifications, but this actually hindered their ability to accept ordinary. This effect manifested itself after you died from the curse. But if souls who die from the curse of death fail to return to the ley lines within a short window of time, they will miss. Then, they will remain forever suspended between life and death, no longer subject to the authorities of either.
So if you don't resolve this matter soon, and see all our souls return to the ley lines before long, we'll escape your control.
Mitya is sharp. This must be what Ronova was worried might happen. But if you have the authority to guide souls, why didn't you just show yourself and get it over with?
You seek to understand the mind of a god. This is a theater, and I decided I wanted to watch a show about death. That's why I found myself getting quite immersed. I suppose the entertainment you provided makes up for all the trouble you've caused me by being so defiant in the face of death. There.
Can't say I am.
Really? But it fits this.
Just moments ago, you were complaining about how infuriatingly complicated your work here is. Work is work, I get it. There are times when it's a huge pain.
That's a rather unique perspective for a human. You are in fact correct. There is a pain point in this. Due to the obstruction in the theater's ley lines, there is a hard limit on the number of souls they can receive each day, making it impossible for me to ferry all your souls at. Revealing my identity too soon would inevitably have led to futile resistance. Then there was the issue of the 2 lost souls you called the deceased.
That's what I don't understand. If all of us were souls of the dead, what made their presence among us special?
For centuries, they have refused to return to the ley lines, exploiting the issues created by the centuries of obsession accumulate. It reached the point where I could not afford to leave it unchecked. But only then, with my guidance, could they finally return.
I vaguely remember seeing Batashka, but in the most terrifying form. Was that in a dream? Is that what would have become of her if she hadn't returned to the ley line?
I see your dreams brought you many revelations. So you see, death in fact grants wisdom to anyway, giving psychological counsel, that is more of an angel's role. Meanwhile, of course, their presence caused the souls of other members of your... As both issues slowly resolved one another without me having to lift a finger. And, of course, while I was at it, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this drama.
Sounds like you had it all figured out. I just did the math. You said there's a hard limit to the number of souls the ley lines here can receive.
That much is obvious.
It's time to review this whole affair. If the ley lines can only take in 2 people per day, I need to go over the deaths from these past few days again. Looking back now, none of us had the faintest idea at the time. From the moment that staff member named Demoff walked into the snowstorm, the incident had already begun. No. Let me... No. No. Let me go over... No. No. Let me go over... No. Let me... No. Let me go... No. Let me go over... No. Let me go over this again. No. Let me go over... No. Let... No. Let me... Alosha was the second to walk into the snowstorm after Demoff to invest. During this process, the ruler of death assumed... During our first night in the theater, everyone was caught up in the novelty of it all. No one could have expected there would be victims the very next morning. Despite all the confusion, and with the help of hindsight, we finally began to realize that something was amiss with the snowstorm. The ley lines devoured Torgov and Sobolova on the first night. Odette and I spoke a lot that night. 3 people were on watch, but in the morning, we discovered that someone had fallen victim all the same. The deaths of coolish, unexplainable phenomena occurred Later, we discovered that there seemed to be an extra person among us, and subsequently discovered the existence of the deceased. Mr. Schramm, No. No. Let me go over the... No. Let me go... No. No. Let... We thought it was all over. But Mr. Valeri's death was a rude awakening for everyone. A lot happened today. Mr. Valeri's death led us to discover the connection between the number of deceased. The fact that there was more than one deceased seemed to bring us back to square one. Odette revealed some information she had been keeping to herself. No, let me go. As it happened, Patoshka filled the void left by Mitya, the girl I thought was child sister Tony. Although Mitya did indeed walk into the snowstorm that day, the void in the ley lines hasn't been filled, so... Vodyanitsa was swallowed by the ley lines in her sleep, but the requiem she sang before falling asleep was quite... Come to think of it, Patoshka was about to walk into the snowstorm, and Ronova, unaware that Mitya would return, was concerned that her soul would overflow from the ley lines. Looking back, I suppose that was an early slip-up on her. No one could have expected anyone who walked into the snowstorm to return. But just after nightfall, Mitya returned, bringing crucial information with him. Various truths began to surface, including that all of us were already dead, and that the ruler of death was here among us. Then, after revealing her true form, Ronova callously claimed 2 souls. In fact, everyone was already dead by the time we took the photo. And in the days since, now, only Mitya and I remain. And the true culprit behind everything still... That covers everything.
Your work isn't finished here yet, is it?
The water imp's song threw things off a little. The ley lines have already anchored your soul, and the first ray of light tomorrow morning will take you back.
So the reunion in the night that Vodyanitsa mentioned...
That just leaves you, trapped, and your soul is firmly anchored to your body by your will, for a descender like you, who is not bound by Tevat's rules. Your death can only be brought through the most violent of means, such as directly destroying either your body or soul. I have no interest in involving myself with descenders, for now. Although, this may change if Asmodee remains missing.
One last question then. All our
Death abides no reason. To me, it is nothing more than a self-indulgent charade.
Grim Reaper, you really know how to get on my nerves.
I'm not here to ingratiate myself with you. I kill merely because your deaths are necessary.
Oh, you've made that quite clear. But humans don't take well to being scorned. Not even by the gods.
This is futile. You must know that you are powerless against me in my own domain. I suggest that you save your strength.
For what? Maybe we can't change it. But if nothing else, we can at least teach you to have some respect for the dead.
Audacious.
How are you holding up?
What happened?
How much do you remember?
What do you mean?
Has Odette already forgotten? Mitya?
Oh,
Don't you remember anything?
yeah. I remember now, comrade. Looks like we guessed right. Just like me when Odette found me at the Armory Palace. For some reason, everyone killed by the Ruler of Death eventually came back to life. Just with one catch. They forgot what happened while they were dead.
Odette and the others have already forgotten everything. Why were you able to remember?
Could this be the reason? You said this is the Ruler of Death's
I don't see anything there.
You don't? Huh. Okay. I guess, does that mean I carved this symbol into my soul? What about you, though? The Ruler of Death mentioned that you're a descender? Is that—
A full explanation would get complicated very quickly. But that's essentially it.
Well then, now that it's all over, let's figure out what we've learned. The first thing I notice is that everything here is precisely as we left it, right before our deaths. This confirms that time passes differently in the afterlife than—
They say that right before death, time slows down, and your whole life flashes before your eyes.
That must be how you know you have one foot in the afterlife by that point. Anyway, this also aligns with previous reports of widespread temporary memory loss among the Armory Palace personnel. Now it seems likely that those were all brief deaths caused by the Grim Reaper's so-called curse of death. To those unaware of the truth, dying and coming back to life must feel similar to a short bout of catatonia. This leaves me with a couple big questions. What are the conditions that trigger this so-called curse of death? And why—
If nothing else, I think it shows that killing us wasn't her ultimate goal. We still don't know her true—
Right. This time only got complicated because of the situation with the theater's ley lines. That— Come to think of it, wasn't I about to note something down before I died? I can't remember what it was, but I think it was something sorry, Traveler. I'll catch up with you again later. Right now, I have to make a trip back to the Armory.
Sir, if I may, no one of your description has ever shown up in my investigation, yet you two seem very familiar with each other. And by the way, have we ever crossed paths?
I can explain everything. Could you help me gather everyone in the theater in—
So Chuganov really is going to shut down the factory. So, you said I promised to take you to the Armory Palace while we were in the afterlife, yes? Agreed.
Astra.
Thank you for complete.
Add Astra.
I'm finally back. I should keep my emotions in check.
Wait. The atmosphere here feels off. Shh. Stay quiet.
Have we still not been able to notify Child yet? We need new I'm so sorry.
Tell me, what happened?
It was the Jester. He came here in person and escorted Miss Paimon away. He's the director of the Fatui. His authority supersedes all other.
How long ago did he leave?
It was about an hour ago. Miss Paimon was fast asleep at the time. The Jester simply walked off with her as if it was only natural.
Do you know where they went?
The Armory Palace, most likely. Lord, I'm surprised he came in person. Whatever his reason for taking Paimon, he'll most likely return to the Armory Palace first.
Then lead the way, Odette.
Okay, let's... It's just up ahead.
No, I'll go alone. You know I'm planning to force my way in. You're with the Fatui, so you should stay.
I was hardly planning on taking you through the official channels anyway. I may be a Fatus, but I'm also Lelik, enemy. Paimon's safety is paramount right now.
If you say...
Let's go. There's...
Hey, who are you? This part of the Armory Palace isn't a restricted access. What do you think you're doing?
No questions, please. We're short on time.
Memory! My guiding stars!
I'll make short work
Don't be scared. Such defiance. I live within you. Grow, grow, grow!
Waltz of the snowflakes.
Begone! This may carry a little. Not now. Oh, lines of them.
I think not.
Our bond is strong.
A brief breath.
Our little secret.
Now it's your turn.
You have a pass? Where are you coming from? So, you're intruders, huh? Don't blame me for what happens next!
Our bond is strong.
The Armory Palace is hidden this deep in? This place is much bigger than I imagined.
They're conducting top-secret research after all. The deeper it's hidden, the better, is standard Fatui logic.
The style doesn't really look like the Fatui's handiwork, though.
They must have requisitioned some structures from a past civilization. It also serves.
Looks like we're in for a tough fight.
Stay alert!
Crystalline Adagio. Hadada.
Our bond is strong.
Intruders? Don't come any close!
Just what are you guys trying to do here?
I'm sure it's your skull!
Dissipate. Cold. Lines of them. Grow.
Shadow me. Witness the snow swan's grace. Pirouette.
No one interferes with the Jester's work.
Our bond is strong.
Looks like no one's guarding this place.
There's something off about that decoration over there. Look out!
Let's deal with these before we move on.
Begone. Our little secret. Stand with me. My guiding stars! Stars, shine! I'll settle this!
Together. Hadada.
Such defiance! This way through the night is cold! Dissipate!
The researchers here probably don't know that we're uninvited guests. Let's try not to hurt them.
What's the big star from the theater doing here?
That's Miss Odette. She's a member of the Fatui. Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Was the whole reason for Project Stuja to support the research here at the Armory Palace? Just what are the Fatui and the Tsaritsa planning?
Whoa! Who are you? Never seen you around here before.
Looks like there's no way through here.
Maybe using the power of this prism could help?
I think I see some images.
It's the prism's power at play, causing images of the past to reappear, albeit only as illusions.
Paimon. And the Jester. Is this another scene from the past?
Yes. It looks quite old, though. I don't think it happened in the recent past.
What's going on here? What happened?
The source seems to be the Armory Palace. They must have started some large-scale experiment.
Wait, what if this has something to do with Paimon? We need to hurry!
We're almost there. The Armory Palace is just up ahead.
Paimon, please be okay.
Mission
Lots of the snowflakes. My guiding stars! I think not. Let's begin. Witness the snow swan's grace. Together. Begone! Yeah, commit it to memory. Oh, learn to command. Stand with me. I live within you. Such defiance.
What's going on? Wait, I remember this feeling. It's the curse of death. No, no, not now! Odette! Is this the afterlife? I need to find a way back to reality. Odette? No signs of life. Did Odette intentionally use her core Ignis to guide my— Thank you, Odette, but I'm sorry. I don't have time to protect you. Sure enough, everyone here has been affected by the curse of death. Paimon! Paimon! No, wait. Paimon probably didn't escape Ronova's curse either. She won't be able to respond to me right now. I'll have to find her myself. Mitya! Is this the laboratory he works in? What happened here to trigger the curse of death again so soon? I'll have to ask him when he wakes up. Finding Paimon has to take priority now. Found her! Paimon really is here!
You don't learn, do you? You've already been involved in one mass death. And now you show up at the scene. This might have passed for a coincidence the first time. Judging by your expression, it seems that you understand little of what is going on here. In that case, a word to the wise. A civilization that fails to learn its lesson constantly depletes itself. And as a descender, you are perfectly suited to be the lifeline to which a dying civilization might desperately...
No advice needed. I'll make my own judgments.
Suit yourself. When the day of reckoning arrives, not even a descender can hope to escape The time for resurrection fast approaches. That thing is coming with me. You awoke sooner than I thought. The curse of immortality is stubborn. Unable to enter the ley lines, yet not content to remain a spirit.
Ruler of death, what do you want?
You perplex me. Both you and you. That thing may be a creation of Celestia, but it possesses none of Celestia's power, let alone authority. Your obsession with it baffles me. No matter, the resurrection will soon begin. It's worthless anyway. I'll reclaim it next time.
Hey, who says there'll be a next time? I missed you, Paimon.
What are you talking about?
It was different. You seem to be in pretty good.
Yeah, Paimon's back in tip-top condition. The Jester and that guy talking to him used some kind of energy on Paimon.
So,
apologies for leaving in such a hurry at the theater earlier. Rest assured that your companion is perfectly safe.
I suppose this is our first official meeting, Traveler. I could not let Paimon suffer in her condition for a moment longer, and so I simply took her without it.
But why would a big shot like you?
As I said when you first arrived in Snezhnaya,
Oh yeah.
I'm afraid the reminiscing will have to wait. Mitya, let us continue with the report.
The good news is, my hypothesis As for the bad news, I recommend we suspend the experiments and Project Mistleton until further notice. Currently, we have no means with which to make a breakthrough.
I will trust your judgment.
Wait, what are you guys talking about? You want to get rid of Ronova? Like, how?
By whatever means necessary, so long as it removes the threat she poses to us. After what just happened, I've ascertained Renova's goal. Or rather, the trigger condition for the Curse of Death.
Okay.
What she's doing is blocking Snezhnaya's technological progress, preventing us from possessing any means with which to threaten the heavenly principles.
Just like the little lapdog she is.
So, any ideas, research, or experiments that lead to technological progress can trigger the curse. Just now, for instance, I was set to launch a final phase energy experiment ahead of schedule. If the experiment was successful, we could have achieved a crucial breakthrough. As expected, though, the moment the experiment began, all the researchers, technicians, and witnesses died from the curse. All that effort, not to mention the energy and materials we relied on Project Stuja to gather for us, went to waste.
Does that mean something similar happened when we were at the theater?
That's right. During the performance, I thought of an important breakthrough regarding the experiment, and wound up dragging everyone into it. So the nature of the curse seems to be something like, when moments of technological progress occur, all life in the vicinity is taken away.
What a vile...
Of course, that meant the curse was normally limited to the Armory Palace. Since outsiders are forbidden from entering, this mass death phenomenon went unnoticed until Odette came along. I believe she was the first witness.
But you mentioned something about a final stage experiment. Doesn't that mean you've actually made some
That's right. Even with the gods locking certain key components out of reach, but as I'm sure Ronova anticipated, even incremental progress has its limits. A point where the truth you're seeking must be put...
You mean the experiment you were just about to do?
Yes, we were at a critical juncture, a moment where the quantitative was about to translate into fundamental qualitative change. But now, after already being forced to fumble around in the dark all this time, as long as Renova's Curse of Death persists, we won't be able to...
And with Project Stuja having been in effect all this time, at our only by eliminating Ronova first, will it be possible to continue advancing?
She's the ruler of death! She can just kill whoever she wants, right?
We'll see. But one thing's for sure. She definitely can't just do whatever she wants. The best proof of that is me, standing here, very much alive.
You're saying...
Wouldn't it be easier to just kill all of us researchers for good? Why resurrect us over and over again? Why let us advance our technology to this point?
So, you're saying even the ruler of death has limitations we don't know about?
Exactly. And I think that...
Regardless, the ruler of death has always been an obstacle we must overcome. Indeed, we must face life, death, time, and space. After our goal is the heavenly principles.
The Fatui want to challenge the heavenly principle?
For a long time, I've had a vague suspicion the Fatui and the Tsaritsa, but hearing the Jester admit it is still a shock. No wonder the Tsaritsa's goal has always been kept as... What kind of road will that lead Snezhnaya down?
In that case... Lord Jester, I would like to request some leave. I'd like some time to organize my thoughts and go over the data.
Granted. Get some rest, put the experiment out of your mind, and take care that the curse of death doesn't affect any civilians. While there is yet time, allow me to offer you my hospitality, honored guest of Snezhnaya.
I remember hearing the term Mistleton from Columbina.
Yeah! Paimon wanted to ask about that when the name came up just now. What is...
As you know, Project Stuja is a series of measures enacted to consolidate our nation's resources, the greater purpose of which is to serve Project Mistleton. Many of the things you have encountered thus far are essentially for the advent. This includes the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau in Nocturne. Researching Kuvaki was merely a facade. Its core objective was to use local resources and research findings.
And that's a weapon built for the final battle against the Heavenly...
Huh? How did you know that?
I was given some intel, and I made some deductions.
Wait. You must mean that thing over there. Oh, Paimon's gotta take a closer look at this thing.
Kuvaki alone will not break through Celestia's defenses, let alone challenge the Heavenly Principle. The Heavenly Principles are no doubt accustomed to combating the power of the Light Realm, and elemental energy is simply the power of the human realm, converted to that form by the Heavenly Principles themselves. Any attempt to use this power against its creator. For now, therefore, we have set our sights on the form of energy associated with the Third Descender and the Stellar Linchpins. You could say that by reverse engineering the stellar linchpins to extract the energy within, we have obtained a source of anti-Celestia energy.
The Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau, Project Stuja, and the new energy experiment. And it looks like your plan is almost complete. No.
Her Majesty the Tsaritsa has embarked upon an expedition to vanquish a monster.
Seems like the powers that be in Snezhnaya don't intend to hold my past conflicts with the...
The Harbingers have been granted significant autonomy in retrieving the Gnosis. But by the same token, they do not completely represent Snezhnaya's official...
You read my mind.
Speaking of the Gnosis, Paimon's been dying to ask this question since forever. What exactly does the Tsaritsa...
The Gnosis will undoubtedly serve as a key bargaining chip when she confronts the Heavenly Principles. Beyond that, you had best ask the Tsaritsa herself.
What do you mean? Not sure. Don't you...
Taking on the Heavenly Principles is something most people wouldn't even entertain in their wildest fantasies.
Into that today, civilization is nothing but an illusion. Our civilization may very well be destroyed in the struggle, but as things stand, the Heavenly Principles could choose to negate our existence on a passing whim. And only by changing the state of affairs, only by overthrowing the Heavenly Principles, can our civilization truly be said to have taken root. Otherwise, the fate of the people of Conria and Hyperborea is a cycle doomed to repeat itself.
Accepting potential destruction in return...
Furthermore, perhaps this is still somewhat difficult.
Huh? All of them? Paimon knows about the curse of death you mentioned, and the curse of immortality that you and Dainsleif have.
Then the birth of the Hilly Churls, the rules of Natlan's Ode of Resurrection. Those are cursed.
Yes. Even a god's love for humanity is a curse the Heavenly Principles inflicted upon the god.
What?
The Tsaritsa has always had ample reason to hate the Heavenly Principles. If she can seize their authority, she will reconstruct the entire world, and when that time comes, humanity look forward to it. It will be a world beyond your imagination. Though the ordinary people of Snezhnaya may not understand these details, in this frigid land locked in a ceaseless struggle against the environment, We all believe that standing in solidarity with the Tsaritsa in our shared struggle.
Paimon really doesn't remember. He's basically a stranger. You've got to believe Paimon.
Allow me to explain. The reason Paimon reacted to the anti-Celestia is because she comes from Celestia herself. More specifically, she is one of its creations.
Paimon? A creation of Celestia?
Oh, right. I was blinded by anger earlier, but thinking back on it, Ronova also said that Paimon is a creation of Celestia.
As you know, the lunar fragments in Nodcry were pulled down from the sky using Fatui technology. But the first application of this technology was in Conria, over 500. I used this technology upon the heavens, and the response I received was none other than Paimon, descending from Celestia. I presented her to the Vinster King, but he took no interest in this gift, nor did it Paimon then took up temporary residence in my palace until, of course, the arrival of the Cataclysm.
Wait, Paimon's a little confused. You're talking about things that happened in Conria 500 years ago. You're saying but Paimon doesn't remember any of that. Falling from the sky?
Having lived through the Cataclysm, perhaps you too were burdened with some manner of curse. Although, losing your memories would indeed be the small.
But it's not just her memories from Conria. Paimon doesn't even know how she spent the last 500 years. What was Paimon like back in Conria? Did she know a whole lot because she came from Celestia?
Unfortunately, when you arrived in Conria, your consciousness was like that of a newborn infant. None could say what kind of being you once were in Celestia. During the time you lived in Conria, your personality was no different from how it is now.
Ah, man! Paimon's plan to get her memories back and become super smart is ruined, you know? Even though Paimon lost her memories, she still feels weirdly close to you for some reason.
On the contrary, I completely ignored your existence. But now, as I see it, it is as if you are the only sane thing that survived that era of insanity.
Noted. Man, Paimon's gotta stop projecting friendship on everyone she meets. But, Traveler? Even though you know Paimon's some creation of Celestia now, you still want her, right? Oh, phew! That's a...
Thank you for telling me so much.
Given the circumstances, the Fatui need not hide anything from our ally.
Allies?
To advance Project Mistleton, we must first resolve our issue with the Ruler of Death.
That's right. Ever since she said she intends to reclaim Paimon when we next meet, I figured reconciliation was out of the question.
Against an opponent of this caliber, deliberating over our allegiances would waste time we do.
You're going to challenge the Ruler of Death? Just for Paimon? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, gee. Now Paimon doesn't even know what to say. Anyway, Paimon's super tough.
The Tsaritsa will return in triumph in short order, and the Fatui shall hold internal discussions regarding the enemy.
Got it. Thanks for your help with Paimon.
There was just one other thing. Well, it's just a request, really. Paimon really wants to see what this Mistleton thingy you're gonna use against the... Of course, Paimon knows it's top secret.
Certainly you may.
Oh, for real?
While the technology is not yet fully developed, it has nevertheless reached the stage where Celestia's creations are unable to damage it. In that regard.
Oh. Wow. No wonder Paimon felt so out of sorts recently.
Paimon? You're okay.
Long story short, yep, Paimon's up.
That's right. When I woke up, I wanted to go in after you, but the guards had woken up as well. So I returned the way I came.
It was thanks to you that my soul found its way back to my body so quick.
Huh. That actually worked? No, really, you should be thanking this thing instead. Anyway, and now that things here are all taken care of, I have...
Ah, Director Chuganov, you're back. We just received notice that Project Stuja has been suspended. So this is the preliminary plan. In addition to expanding production capacity, we've also discussed feasible layoff plans to optimize revenue and expend. Our calculations indicate that the factory's profits will increase by at least...
That won't be necessary. Leave the energy for those who need it. Whether they use it just to get by or to run a business, start preparing to halt production and lay off the staff. Make sure the workers are able to land on their feet and that they are duly compensated.
Am I hearing you right? Why?
I just suddenly don't want to do this anymore. Iskra, it's time to rest.
Dear esteemed members of the Rokat, given the effects of Lelik's radical actions upon our organization's reputation and social stability, considering that Lelik did what they did for the benefit of the people, the Rokat has nevertheless negotiated with the authorities. Ultimately, Lelik will be suspended for a period of time. Depending on their future performance, they may be allowed to adopt a new codename and continue acting as part of the Rokat. The purpose of this notice is to remind everyone once again that motives and methods are equally important when even with Project Stuja's suspension and our interim operational victory, we act only for the greater glory and...
We act only for the greater glory and...
You mean for us?
Just thinking out loud. I've never seen the Snezhna Gradvecha so lively before.
I never once thought I'd come here. But I understand everything now, Rosaline.
I've seen Spirit Seeker performed many times, including by your mother.
Why do you bring that up all of a sudden?
Even though the choreography is always identical, every dancer finds a way to make it her own.
So you actually want to talk to me about ballet?
I just think it would be a pity if the dance was lost to history. She didn't teach it to you, did she?
That was an unusually subtle taunt for you.
We embraced one another on the snow-swept plains, melting the ruthlessness of time. But when our bodies, in pieces, are cast to the winds, what of our love will remain behind?
Don't tell me you can't sing.
Shush. I understand her hatred. The Fatui robbed her of the life she should have had. I never opposed her dancing. Yet still I became an enemy of her ballet. I'll just keep my distance. Many despise me. I'm used to it.
You're certainly not one to shy away from confrontation. But children, they need a different approach.
I'm hardly the most maternal figure.
Yet, she is a child. In my experience, While a father commands authority, he must still yield to love. You should tell her what you think about her dancing. Odette will soon take the stage at the Korolyevsky Theater. This could be your chance.
Geonosis secured. It went smoothly. I'll be there. Have them send me an invitation.
Sadly, things didn't work out. Her final words are inside that block of ice.
This? Aren't these for monitoring her subordinates?
Not yours. This one isn't her witch's flame, but my two worlds' flames. The two worlds' flames can burn away memories. It was my parting gift to Rosaline.
If all goes to plan, she and I will both live to see that Tsaritsa succeed. I believe she'll find peace. But if anything happens to me, she needn't follow in my footsteps. The cryo-energy will fade away in time. Then the two worlds' flames will burn away all memories of the Fatui. She'll be free to dance. She deserves this.
I will handle the aftermath. The choice is yours, child.
Creation of Celestia. She's probably not anyone that important. And like you said, this doesn't have to change anything between us. You're not gonna just... Hey! Hurry up!
You've spent the last few days lying in bed and stuffing your face.
Says who? Paimon's as agile as ever. They don't call her White Floaty for nothing. Paimon originally wanted to check out the bookstores in Snezhno. Wait! They've got light novels. The local Snezhnaya books look pretty interesting.
I thought you were in the mood for flying around.
Paimon can read while she flies. Hey! Look at these two dolls!
Oh, I thought we were only getting...
There you are. Thanks.
Paimon will grab this, and then... Huh? Huh? How many layers does this thing have? A whole bunch of people are gathered over by the plaza!
I know that voice. Of course. If it isn't Paimon and my old comrade.
Yeah! The Jester knew what was wrong and fixed
Oh, yeah. About that. That was... kind of embarrassing. Oh, right. Let me introduce you. This is my little sister, Tonya.
Hello, Tonya!
Hello, hello! Firstly, I'm really sorry about my brother.
Hey now, what?
So she's the real Tonya.
She said you two didn't manage to meet up at the theater.
I know, right? He didn't bother to say a word to me. I searched up and down the city for him, and he only told me about it when I finally caught him at the gates of Glupa.
I've been rushed off my feet lately, so
Well, the snow was bad, and you're
I'm sorry, Tonya. I really am.
Although the mix-up led to a series of misunderstandings, it's probably for the best that the real Tonya didn't get caught up in that. Besides, it's obvious that Tartaglia isn't usually one to break a promise.
No, it's fine. It just meant I didn't get to see the show in the end.
The best is yet to come.
Huh? What kind of review?
Hey, look!